Hey guys, you might remember last time I talked about the Blue Bomber and how he's presented in Archie Comics? Well, I've got good news for you. Sequel! Sometimes a comic series that you expect really good things out of still leaves you with a feeling of disappointment. Silent Hill! Sorry, I had something in my throat. I meant to say Silent Hill! This comic book, however, really doesn't. It does what it needs to do, and it does it well. And as I've said before, it does a very good job when it comes to the characterization of Mega Man and how he's supposed to be. So, let's take a look at Mega Man Volume 2, Time Keeps Slippin', and see what's inside. We begin our story with Dr. Light's Robot Masters and Rock and Roll all cleaning up the damage caused by Dr. Wily trying to take over the city using aforementioned Robot Masters, and they're having a fun time with it. The Doctor, of course, is paying for all of the construction work pro bono in an attempt to do the right thing and also to regain his good name. But it's then that he's approached by two interesting-looking policemen, Federal Agent Gilbert Stern and Federal Agent Rosencrantz. Their other partner, Godot, hasn't arrived yet because he's fashionably late. But he's always fashionably late, so they just sit there waiting on Godot. The agents are there to transfer Dr. Wily to a more secure prison, as Dr. Light explains to Rock about what jails are in a way that a child and a robot would understand. Rock asks Dr. Light if he is capable of free will the same way humans are, and Dr. Light says not really, but he hopes one day to capture the X Factor and build a robot with true free will of his own. Foreshadowing! But Dr. Wily had a plan just in case he got captured, and the plan is pretty simple. Have a simple robot act as a distraction to fire on the van and free him, or rather, I should say, help him get free, because the real person that frees him is an experimental robot master that Dr. Light never finished work on. Time Man, a robot that can stop time completely in its tracks, which leaves Dr. Light looking bad. But things are even worse for poor Roll, because she is suddenly kidnapped by the sinister Oil Man, another one of the experimental robots that Dr. Light never finished working on, and she's going to be used as a hostage. Now, looking at Oil Man and his design and the way he talks, you might begin to wonder, wait, is he black? Yeah, he's kind of black, and if you think this depiction is somewhat stereotypical or somewhat racist, oh boy, this is his original design. Yeah, see the Japanese version? See the North American version? And that's from the official Capcom game Mega Man Powered Up. This is about as racist as, well...
Don't beat me, Master! Please don't beat me, Master! Don't beat this tired old body! No! No!
Rock finds a note that lets him know that he can't dare go to the cops or else Roll is gonna get it. But he didn't say anything about Robot Masters, so he enlists his family to try and track Roll down, and Cutman and Iceman go along with him. Unfortunately, even though there's some really nice artwork in this part of the story, it's kind of pointless because in the end, it's mostly just some action scenes, and ultimately, they don't even find Dr. Wily. Oh, don't worry, they find a small mini-boss which they fight, but no, they don't find Dr. Wily, so ultimately it's all pointless. Except, of course, for Cutman telling his usual puns. Luckily, they eventually do track down Dr. Wily's fortress, and Mega Man agrees to copy all of his brother's powers to take Dr. Wily down, rescue his sister, and clear his father's good name. It's time! Or rather, more specifically...
It's morphin' time! Dragon Sword! Mastodon!
Pterodactyl!
Triceratops!
Saber-tooth
Yet with all their powers combined, Time Man and Oil Man still get the drop on the Robot Masters. And unfortunately for them, they bring them to Dr. Wily. And as Mega Man and Agent Krantz go searching through the warehouse they've tracked Dr. Wily down to, yeah, they find Dr. Wily has reprogrammed the Robot Masters. So things are looking pretty bad for Rock and for Roll. But wait, there's hope. Psych! The Robot Masters weren't brainwashed after all. Dr. Light had actually added in some new programming to keep them from being taken over by Dr. Wily ever again. And now it's time for some payback.
You little coward! You can't face your foe without making them prone first! I'll crush you!
It's called being pragmatic, Oaf. I can still freeze you at short range. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to cut you short. Oh, what the heck?
You really were a cut above the rest. Oh. But too bad you didn't make the cut. Oh. Guess you could call this a slice of life.
Please stop.
All right then, I'll cut you a break. I'm gonna split.
You're not funny! Actually, what's really not funny is that Dr. Wily got away. Yep, it's a decoy, and he was long gone by the time Rock arrived at the warehouse. The good news is that now that it's clear Dr. Wily was behind the breakout, looks like you can trust me and Dr. Light, huh? No, but I don't trust anybody. You did good, kid. You did good. And so Dr. Light takes Rock and Roll back home so they can repair Time Man and Oil Man and make them good as they celebrate a victory as a family, unaware of who's watching. But unfortunately, the comic doesn't end there. Oh no, for a worse threat is lurking on the horizon as Dr. Wily has created new Robot Masters. And this time, nothing will stop him from taking over the world!
Of course!
But now let's get more serious here. As always, the artwork is very excellently done, but there is a bit of a problem. And it goes back to, as I said, the part where they're searching for Dr. Wily. Unfortunately, I do kind of have to say, the first part of when they start searching, it kind of drags the story along a bit, and it just sort of wastes time. I mean, yeah, the artwork is very nice, and there's some playful banter between the guys, and it's good to see the family working together as a unit. Good to see Rock and Cutman and Iceman acting as a family, as brothers, trying to get their sister Roll back. I like that. The problem is that it's not exactly in very good service to the plot. It doesn't exactly advance things forward in a way that works well. So that's the only downside to this volume. Otherwise, just like the first one, I highly recommend this book. So, this is volume 2. You can find it much more easily off of Amazon than you can volume 1. So, when you get a chance, buy it. You won't be disappointed, except for, like I said, that first part of the Wily search. Now, I have to wait for volume number 3 to come in so that I can get to the good stuff, because now there's new Robot Masters to contend with, and Mega Man has to contend with his own dark side. Tune in next time!